welcome back. So today's video is going to be the ride or die tag, which of course everybody's doing it. I had to do it. This is basically like my monthly favorites, but like for all of time. So this is kind of like the desert island tag, or the all my makeup was stolen, or my makeup was lost in fire, what would I repurchase first? These are going to be the products that maybe are not the best for certain situations, like if I have my oiliest skin day, I like this foundation, but if I have my driest skin day, I like this foundation. You try to find one that, if you had to only have one forever, what would it be? Ride or die. So there are a lot of categories in this tag. I'm going to move quickly. Let's go ahead and get started. And if you have a channel, I think you should do it too. So I tag all of you who want to answer these in the comments or do your own video of the ride or die tag. Let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to go through these product categories in order that I would apply them to my face. So for primers, I really didn't have one necessarily that was like my all-time favorite. I'm going to go with the Too Faced Hangover RX just because it does have some good for you skin ingredients, and also it gives you kind of a smoothing effect. It's not really good if I have super oily skin or super dry skin. It's just kind of like an all the time, it's pretty good. So that's what I'm going with, but honestly I don't feel too strongly about it. For my Ride or Die foundation, though, I'm going with the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. This is in the shade 2.1, but they actually just came out with a bunch of new shades of these. And as you can see, mine is like empty. It's going to be in my empties video because I have used it up. It is hydrating, but it's also super full coverage. Like when you put it on, your face is like it's so full coverage, and I love that about it. It doesn't look matte or too much for my skin. I like the way this looks. I'd highly recommend it. Oh, under eye corrector, I'm going to go with the Bobbi Brown Intensive Skin Serum corrector. This is in light to medium bisque 3. I also like the Bobbi Brown corrector in peach, just like the cream compact that you can just, like a cream concealer. I like them both, but I think I like this one better just for ease of application. For concealer, I am going to go with one that's probably not a surprise, but I have to say one is kind of climbing the charts for me. I've only used the Tarte Shape Tape a few times, so I'm not going to give it the medal, but I do really like this. And I also really like the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, but I'm actually going to give it to my Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer. This one's in medium golden. I also have another shade, but I think that this is one of the lightest weight concealers that I've ever had that has been full coverage. I really like the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer if you're looking for a drugstore one, but this one is full coverage, and I would be so sad if this got discontinued. I really would. I'm going to skip face powder and under eye setting powder because I really haven't found any that I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I kind of rotate through like 5, so I'm not going to even pick one for you. But that I'm skipping these categories, I may have more than one in another category. Sorry. Okay, for eyebrows, I'm going to go with NYX Micro Brow Pencil and the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. I have tried Anastasia. I have tried more expensive brands, and to be honest with you, the NYX one is just as good for my brows. Like my brows, I don't need a whole lot of assistance. I have a pretty good full brow with very few sparse patches. But like as a regular everyday maintenance thing, something that I repurchase time and time again, I have to give it to the NYX products, hands down. They've done a really good job for me, and I'm really impressed because I think this might be like one of the only drugstore products that makes it into my ride or die. For eye primer or eye bases, I'm going to give it to 2, and here's my justification. For non-colored eye primers, I really, really like the MAC paint pots, like Painterly. Because it cancels out redness, but it's not like adding a color. But this would be like my favorite cream shadow base, and that's the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Bad to the Bronze. It's just that really pretty shimmery, bronzy, taupey kind of color that's light enough that I can still put another lid shade on top of it and it covers it perfectly. But it just makes it so my eyeshadow lasts forever. They don't crease. It's my favorite. I love it. For eyeshadows, I'm going to go with 2 brands, and one of them shouldn't be a surprise. Bobbi Brown Toast and Blonde and Camel, and all the Bobbi Brown shadows that I have tried are amazing, but they're like $20, $22 a piece. Oh, that's a lot. But I would say the winner in this category is Makeup Geek, hands down, because she has every finish. She has very matte shadows, she has the foiled and duochrome ones, the pigments. I'm going to have to give it to Makeup Geek. Their transition shades, like when I just did that favorite transition shades video and I was looking through my collection, I was like, Oh my gosh, Makeup Geek has like 1,000 transition shades, and I love every single one of their shadows. Every single one I've tried, I've been like very impressed. So I know Bobbi Brown is pricey, so definitely check out Makeup Geek. I can't believe, like, if I had never tried that brand, I wouldn't believe it for myself, but they're like $6 to $10, and they're really good. For bronzer or contour, I'm going to go with Benefit Hoola Bronzer. It's that perfect cool tone shade. I've gone through more than one of these in the last few years. It's just something that I love the brush it comes with. I love the packaging. I like that it has a little mirror. It's a perfect transition shade for your eyeshadow looks if you're looking for one. I really like this. It does a great job. It's not too cool, not too warm. I don't look muddy. I don't look gray. I don't look orange. I like this Benefit Hoola Bronzer as a contour. And then as a regular bronzer, I really like the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. This is in Ticket to Brazil. It's got a very slight shimmer, but it's very fair. Do you see how light it is? It's not very dark at all compared to my skin. And I think that's why I like it, because I can go really heavy, and it does look super natural. The finish with the slight amount of illumination is perfect for me. I don't want a lot of shimmer, but I don't want it to be completely matte so that it looks like I'm gray, you know, or like it's solid like a shadow. Like, that's what my contour is supposed to be. This is supposed to warm me up, so I need a little warmth. I really like it. For blushes, I'm going to go with MAC, and the reason is just because they have a bunch of blushes and they have every finish you could want. There are other makeup lines where I like one or two of their blushes, but as an overall, like, best for the money and most diversity, I'm going to go with MAC, because I have like 10 or 20 of their blushes, and I like most of them. So they have some really pretty shimmery ones like Spring Sheen, Sunbask, and then they have some really pretty matte ones like Cubic and Buff. So I'm going to go with MAC for my blushes. I can't pick a specific one, but I do like individual blushes from other lines, like the Too Faced Sweetheart's Perfect Flush blushes. I love them, but I'm going to go with MAC just because they apply well, they last a long time, they have their pro blushes that are even better, and I like that you can get them in either the clamshell form or the pan, so that it makes it easier when you're like me and you have a ton of blushes. You can have a palette of them rather than having a bunch of clamshells that take up a lot of space. And they're good for the price. They're pretty good. Highlighter, I'm going to go with the Laura Mercier Highlight 01, the Matte Baked Radiance Powder, because this is one that I can grab every single day, and I don't have to think about it if it's going to be too cool tone, too warm tone, too shimmery, just shimmery enough, or too shimmery, not shimmery enough. It is perfect. And I like it enough that I can use it under my brow bone because it's not too shimmery. I would never put Champagne Pop under my eyebrow because that would look like shimmer, crazy glitter. But I would put this one because it's not that shimmery. It's like a soft, satiny shimmer. It's very pretty. Definitely Laura Mercier in this category. For liquid liner, I'm definitely going to give it to the Kat Von D ink liner. Not the tattoo liner, the ink liner. I like the tip of that pen more, and I get a really nice wing with it every single time. Kat Von D makes some great liners. If you guys are looking for a nice high-end liner, go check hers out. Trooper is great. I like Hemingway and Baudelaire. They're really nice liners. I've heard really good things about the new Too Faced sketch markers, and I also really like the Stila ones, the Stay All Day liquid liner, but I'm going to give it to Kat Von D in this category. Pencil liner, I'm going to go with Cargo, which Cargo, I think I only have a couple of products from this brand, but this is their Swimmables line. And so when you first apply this pencil liner, this is in Pebble Beach, it's like a dark brown. When you first apply it, it is smudgeable. It is soft enough that you can smudge it out, but they are waterproof. So once it sets, this isn't going anywhere. It's not fading. It's not going to like bleed if you put it in your waterline. I really like these Cargo liners. I highly recommend them. I don't talk about it enough. I totally need to talk about it more. But it's a good investment. They don't move. If you have oily eyelids and you find your liner like drifts on you, try these. For mascara, I have to give it to a new favorite over the last few months. This is the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. I would never have tried this on my own. Stila is just not a brand I reach for too often, but this came in a set with a bunch of other products at Sephora or Ulta this year, and I am so impressed. No matter how wet or dry it is, like whether it was when I first got it or right now after I've been using it for a couple of months, it's just the best formula. It doesn't leave flakes, but it gives me separation, length, and volume. I love this mascara. For lipsticks, I do like some really high-end lipsticks. I love the YSL, the Dior lipsticks. I love the taste of them. But I actually am going to go with two different lip products, and they're both drugstore, surprisingly. I love the formula of the L'Oreal Lilac, L-A-C-Q-U-E, Lilac. This one is in the shade Lackey You. Instead of Lucky You, it's Lackey You. They are a glossy pen that has a tip, so it's very easy to apply. You don't need a lip liner. They don't travel. It's like the best of both worlds. It's like having a lipstick that's very pigmented and then topping it off with a gloss, but not having it be sticky. That's what these are. They are still kind of pricey to me. They're $10 a piece, which is a lot for one lip product at the drugstore, in my opinion. But they last a good amount of time, and they're very pigmented, comfortable on the lips, and they don't drift outside the lip line. They're easy to apply. I don't need a lip liner. Go get yourself L'Oreal Lilac in whatever color you like. They have nudes, they have reds, they have different colors. I wish they'd add more to this line because they're awesome. I didn't like the L'Oreal Les Mattes, which look just like these. This is a L'Oreal Les Matte, this is a L'Oreal Lilac. So they're very similar looking, so make sure you get the lacquer ones. And for lipstick, I also want to give it to the Milani Color Statement lipsticks. These ones smell so good. They smell like watermelon candy. And they last a long time. They have mattes and they have the shimmery ones. And for the price, I want to say these are like $4 to $7. They're pretty affordable at the drugstore. And they have a huge line. I'm not going to call it Urban Decay Vice line where there's like over 100 shades. But like for the drugstore, there's like 30 or 50 shades. Like there's a lot. If you can catch it when like they have them all in stock too, it's incredible. So those are my favorite lip products for lipsticks. And then for lip gloss, I'm giving it to the Marc Jacobs High Shine Lip Lacquer. And this is in the shade Allow Me. It is like that perfect mauve pink. It's minty, it's kind of like cooling and refreshing, it's not drying, it's not too sticky, it lasts a good amount of time. It's sticky enough to last, but not too sticky to where your lips like stick together and it's gross. It is so shiny, like very shiny, and I just really like these. I don't normally buy $20, $30 lip glosses, but for this I will, and I want to go and get some more shades. Jaclyn Hill was the one who actually originally turned me on to this. She likes that sugar shade that's like really nude. So if you like nudes, you might like that. But this one is my perfect shade. It's like a mauve pink. Perfect for every day. It's pigmented enough that I can wear it on its own. As you can see, like it does have its own color. But it looks really pretty on top of other lipsticks too, like this one. I'm not going to list a lip liner since I honestly don't use lip liners that often. I will if I'm using a lip color that needs it, like one that tends to stray from the lips or bleeds a little bit, or if I'm wearing like a really dark color. But since it's summertime, I haven't really been wearing the dark colors too often. I do really like the NYX retractable ones and the Jordana easy liners for lips as well, if you were curious. But I'm not going to pick a holy grail ride or die because there are a lot that are decent. Setting spray, I'm going to go with the Urban Decay All Nighter. I think it was one of the few setting sprays that I've tried that actually made a difference as far as like longevity of my makeup and the finish looking more natural by the time I finished spraying. Like it took away the powdery look. I really like the Urban Decay one. I think I may repurchase as soon as I run out of what I currently have. Alright, so that is it for my ride or die makeup. This was so hard. These are so many decisions that I had to make. Like, oh, it took me a while. But I could do like a ride or die brushes, ride or die lipsticks. I could take this into a whole series. If you guys want to see the ride or die like tutorial where I use all the products on my face as well, let me know. And don't forget to comment down below with your ride or die products, or if you have any of the same ones, let me know because I'm curious to see if my likes are what you like. Thanks for watching. Bye.